We are here. And we got kind of a short day today for testing. But we have some somewhat interesting things to look at. Waiting to see Greg pop his butt in here. Not a whole lot I'm actually going to be testing, it looks like. But he fixed an issue with the Ender garbage system and some other things. Did not save their contents properly when the server was shut down because of Forge resetting the item and block IDs to what they were when the client was started for no reason whatsoever. And that really doesn't affect most of us unless you actually use the Ender garbage dump, which I don't use because I think it's a cheaty way to drop crap back to yourself. Let's see. And the next thing says he fixed that you can no longer jumpstart a fusion reactor using a cheap fuel just to run an expensive fuel afterwards for nearly free. And I'm guessing that he's talking about with that, if you have the fuel in there to run another recipe. Let's run down there to the fusion reactor real quick. Which things have changed a little bit down here. XAR has been messing around with it, so now it's attached to his open computer stuff. And he's got some screen over here that's supposed to tell us something other than fuck off bear. I think it's how much is in these tanks, but I'm not sure. And he put a centrifuge down here that's running faster. It's running at HV with plenty of water. It's got all kinds of freaking pipes hooked up to it. So it runs all the time, but these still do not. And he hooked the charger up to the reactor instead of using the ZPM like I was, so it can charge itself. And it charges also or powers all of the fuel making things over there. All right, Greg, no problem. So I think what Greg's talking about is if you run one of these lower startup recipes here, yeah, like this one right here, and then have the fuel in it for this, there probably was a way it was probably allowing it to just keep running with the new recipe, even though you haven't given it the full amount that it needs to start. So I'm guessing that's what he means. That's what I would take from it. Let's see. Hi, Moon Knight Gun. Let's see. Fixed multi-block Bass coagulator and centrifuges were conducting logistics like the logistics core. He fixed that. I have no idea how he even figured it out, but I guess that's good. He fixed part of the NEI lag spike issue when clicking the progress bar for the recipe list. I wonder if that made it any better for the I don't know if that's what's causing it for this thing. Let's see if this is any better. This thing lags forever. Doesn't look like it fixed that one. I've never seen this thing lag this bad, and it's only on the first time that you touch it that it does it. But yeah, it definitely doesn't look like it fixed that. Good thing I don't use this thing much. To be exact, in this one, I haven't used it at all because, well, this ain't mine. Let's see. What's Greg got to say? Yeah, running D, which is deuterium fusion, for example, just to skip the jump start of an expensive fusion. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about. All right, let's see. The extruder's one that lags a bit. Let's try it. Oh yeah, that was way better than it used to be. So yeah, he definitely got that fixed a bit. That's good to see. It used to lag almost as long as the AE terminal over there. Change that normal electrolyzer, centrifuge, distillery, and dryer now can process multiple things in parallel, which is awesome because this thing over here runs really, really fast because I'm doing water. So now it's going to be able to do multiple recipes at once, but it's going to take just as long to do as it would for 4 of them, or I don't know how many multiples, but the main one is the dryer over here. This thing was going so fast before that it was actually locking the GUI. Let's hit that. Now look here. I want the damn thing on. I'll turn it on. There we go. Now it's not locking the GUI anymore. Glad to see it. Where in the world did that other one come from? I have no idea. Alright. And let's see here. So it says can now process multiple things in parallel. Of course, you incur an increase of the overall duration. Greg is good and caught up here. Now, we can take out the osmium one, put in the adamantium one. When I get more neutral matter in there, I can make some adamantium. Which... this out. Turn that. And I have to change it. I still need to automate that one. Also got to make another one of these T3 energizers. But, oh, before we move on, Greg's telling me that the bedrock vein down there wasn't going to change. It didn't change, but it did change. It gained niter. It still gives me sodium and potassium sulfite, but it also gives me niter. Now, I was running it a bit earlier and noticed that. Let's get some iodine here. Take quite a while to run this, but I don't really have a use for it, so we're going to throw it in there. And let's see. Yeah, the byproducts of ores affect it. Ah, okay. Trying to figure out what he was talking about. Bear the lever was a block you just broke. Oh, did I break the lever block? I'll go check in a sec. That needs to go that way. That needs to go on there. Facing that direction. And... to that. And pop that off. Now that will run and make me some matter so I can make some adamantium. So there was a block just right here. Shit, not there. I didn't know there was one underneath the lever. But okay, that'll work. Thanks, Greg. Hi, Bob. Okay, so back to the list. Adamantium has its melting point lowered by 200K to 5,225K. Now it can be actually molten properly in the highest tier non-adamantium crucible. So that would be the carbon crucible. carbon can handle. Where is carbon? There it is. Carbon melts down when stored heat is too much, 4750. How hot is adamantium? Melts at 5225. Is there another crucible I don't know of that's higher? Oh, the new one. Fuck. I forgot. There's the new green one. The hafnium one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I forgot about the green one. Yeah, the THC crucible is 5328. Okay. So yeah, you can use that one to melt your adamantium. So adamantium's 5225 and this one melts down at 5328. So that is good for that. We can now use adamantium when we get it, which I'm working on getting my first bit right now. Well, my first non-cheaty Quartec bit, because I actually have the one that I I scanned, and I still have a little bit over here that came from a club that a Cortex zombie dropped me. So I still have 13 pieces sitting there. But I've also gotten to the point where I can make adamantine from the bedrock drill out there. And I do believe that I can I replicate that? Can you make this? No. Can't replicate it. Okay. So I need to keep running that bedrock drill until I get 7 of those so I can centrifuge it to get 1 adamantium. So I only got 3 more left. Alright, so let's see. Recipe for vibranium. And I'm going to try to actually do this recipe tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to run it today because I got a bit of processing to go through, which I'll show you here in a minute. But we can actually make vibranium now in the fusion reactor. It was actually the recipe I looked at when we were down there looking at it earlier, but all right, so recipes, and there's the recipe for getting vibranium dust, which also gives you tritium, helium, and helium-3, and it takes beryllium-7 and molten adamantium. So that's what I'm doing with the adamantium upstairs, trying to replicate it. So I have one to do this, and I also need beryllium-7, and beryllium-7 only comes from the fusion reactor with molten lithium-6 and deuterium, and you only get 0.125 units of it from 144 liters. So it's going to take a little bit. Yeah, I wanted it to be behind pretty much everything in GT6. Wait, where's the tungsten? I need to check something. Okay. So the molten lithium 6, this is what I have to work on getting today to be able to do this. And the only way I see to get it is from tungstate ore. Is there tungsten as output for the vibranium recipe? Oh, it is, but it doesn't have a number. So I completely missed it. Yep. Molten tungsten, you get 1 liter of it. Or 1 unit of it. Sorry about that. Good thing you said something. I completely missed that. Okay, so anyways, tungstate ore, which this is tungsten ore, but it turns into tungstate. Only because I don't want to look through here and find actual tungstate. But there you go, tungstate ore. And it'll give you a crushed tungstate. Stick that into a sluice and you'll get lithium chloride, tiny piles. Stick those into a centrifuge and you'll get tiny refined lithium, 3 of them per. And you take those and put them back into the centrifuge, which I still swear Greg added this recipe this week because I did not see this when I was looking for ways of getting this from last week's release. You actually get a tiny pile of lithium dust and a 3% chance at 8 tiny piles of lithium 6. So probably going to have to do a whole lot of tungsten vein mining since we've already cleared out 2 veins to build, well, finished off 1 vein, almost finished off a 2nd vein to build this big bad boy that we're standing on here. I may have to go and find a 3rd, which I do believe XAR has already found one for us.
Back next week, right here.
Hold
something
on.
to wrestle with.
Ugh, fucking dogs. I don't even know how in the hell she did that. That was my dog, well, Junior's dog, laying on the corner of my keyboard and somehow starting something on YouTube on a page that's not even up. I don't even know how the hell you can do that. She decides she wants to get up here on my lap, and if my keyboard's in her way, she just doesn't give a shit. Normally she'll nose it out of her way, but this time apparently she just decided she was going to lay on the son of a bitch. I do not know how you can start playing a video on YouTube on a page that isn't even open. Well, it's technically open, but it's not even the open tab. Or I don't know. But yeah, good luck with that. I ain't trying to figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a whole lot of tungsten mining to get enough to make vibranium. because, well, I'm going to make a vibranium drill again because those things are awesome. Because if we look at vibranium drill tip, and I will do MV, probably it's what I normally do. Well, there's an LV one, which is mining speed of 3,000. And let's see, 9,000 for HV. I think I might actually make an LV one this time. Holy crap. And 6,000 for MV, which is very fucking fast. Really good for getting through black granite. Yes, the wall says fuck you, bear. Just like the computer over there says fuck you, bear. This was a gift, I guess you'd call it, from XAR. He got bored the other day, apparently, and decided to redecorate the wall down here. So, yeah. Greg will probably release before I get done actually testing this recipe, but I will try to test it this week. I'm hoping for tomorrow, but it's going to be cold as fuck here today. So there's a good chance I'm going to sleep most of the day. So I may not get to actually mining till the night. And tomorrow, when it warms back up a bit, we got one of those nice winter storms coming through for the next 24 hours. It's snowing and blowing about 20 mile an hour outside right now, so it kind of sucks. Let's see. And yes, Greg, I missed yesterday, but that's because the weather changed, and I hibernate when the weather changes, damn it. Not my fault. Blame the weather. Let's see. So, recipe for vibranium using the fusion reactor and molten adamantium with beryllium 7. It's also a good working fusion fuel as it outputs lots of tritium, helium 3, and helium. Now, it puts out a lot of helium, but have you given us a use for this shit yet? Other than shoving it in the matter fabricator? Can we not mix helium with something, for fuck's sakes, in the fusion reactor? Holy crap. There's going to be so much damn helium in this world. We're going to be able to float the planet away with what if we can make a big enough balloon. A lot of freaking helium going to come out of this fusion reactor. Oh, okay. So, let's see. He added a new thing, which is a multi-block fermenter. I need to get made. Fermenter. So we now have a large fermenter, which is a 5x5 of heat acceptors as bottom layer, 5x5x2 of stainless steel walls, main block centered on the side middle, facing outwards, walls accept input, back emits output. Recipe is anything from the fermenter recipe list up to 256 processes per run, can be overclocked without additional energy loss, and it takes anywhere from 1 to 4,096 energy in, but the recipes I do believe are going to require 16 minimum. And if it's like the large centrifuge, it should be running at 32 minimum. Because the large centrifuge, there's one overclock for using it, and then no overclock penalty above it. So if this runs the same way, you're going to need at least 32 to do a 16x recipe. So we need a ruby crystal processor, 2 T6 circuits, dense stainless steel plates, and a stainless steel wall. And it only needs regular stainless steel walls. And let's see what is next. Okay, the next is a bunch of notes. I'm going to go ahead and get into here because this is what we have left, apparently, of Greg's to-do list. So before he goes to his game, if he wants to type in exclamation point game plans, take you to a link of, well, anybody can do that actually. It'll take you to a list of his game plans for his game. If you're interested, type that. But says, should any of the work in process things mentioned here not come out before the year is over, I will definitely still add them before I leave most of Minecraft behind, so don't worry. And since today is the 31st, and he's not doing the, we're not talking about it today or testing it today, they're not coming out before this year's up. So first is fuel rotation engine. So an engine that runs on any of the liquid fuels. That'll be a RU out machine. So since we have gas turbine, large gas turbine, I think he said these are going to be single block though, that he's not making a multi-block for it. But they'll take any of the like ethanol and fuel, diesel, kerosene, and petrol. Also, a multi-block heat exchanger, which will be awesome for reactors because then we can run the reactor into a multi-block heat exchanger and hopefully be able to run one of these big bad boys off of our reactor. Not exactly sure how it's going to work, but I'm hoping that'll work. That we can plop it underneath one of those. And then a mold extender for crucibles so that more molds can be around one crucible without having to use the limited universal extenders. And that is something that I've been wanting this whole time. So that is awesome that that's coming. Hopefully it will work also for the mixer because this thing mixes really fast, but it still is required to have a mold for it. And I've even hooked up a cooler to it, and it's still a bit slow on the output. So hopefully it will work with that as well. And let's see. And then the last is a note to himself. So nothing we need to worry about. All right. So I need to make stainless steel walls, which is 4 into, well, let's get the dense ones made. A dense takes 9, right? Yeah, 9. And I need 5 of them, so that'll be 45. That started. I should have some. That's dense. There's regular. I got 9 of them. Not working for the mixer, sorry, since a mixer emits fluids. So you need pipes for mixer, not molds. What do you mean? I use a mold. Right there's my mold. You do not need a pipe coming off the mixer. You can output it straight into a mold. I do this all the time. Been doing it for years. All right, so I need a 5x5x2. So that's 2550 times 4. That's 200. Molds can accept fluids from pipes too, but crucibles can't emit to pipes. Okay. Okay, so 200 would be just shy of, think here. Give me these. And give me this. You believe that's the one I need, right? Yep. Okay. 10, that's 64, 128. That's 256. So let's just make that minus the 56. Perfect. All right. I may have to try to hook this thing up to an MV or HV cooler to see if it'll work better, because this thing is really slow. And you can't really use pipes because of the sloshing in it. I've tried that. Unless I use multiple extenders. I could try that. Alright, so I need another Ruby crystal processor. I have one of those already. And I need one of these. 2 T6 circuits. Got any more of those made up? T6s. Alright, now we just gotta wait on the compressor and the welding machine to get done. So let's get the heat acceptors made. Alright, so we need Invar plates, triple copper plates. Should have some Invar already made up. Go grab some copper. We'll bang these out instead of using the welding machine. We need 9. Is that 9 times 2? Times 3. So 9 times 2 times 3 would be 18 times 3. Well, let's do 9 times 6. That would be easier for my brain, which would be 54. 32, 48, 2, 54. I think I got that right. I have to go back and get the long rods in a second. Go ahead and get this plates. And we need 1 long rod per. Yes. That'll be 9 of those. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't 9 of them we need. We need a 5x5, not a 3. It does say a 3x3. That's distillation tower, you dumbass. Yeah, it needs a 5x5, so I'm not doing 9 of these. I'm doing 25 of these. You Dumbass. I'm so used to doing 3x3s of them. Let's get 25. That'll be for the rods. All right, so I have enough in there to do 9. 9 from 25. Me 16 that I need to do. 16 times 2 times 3. 32 times 3, 96. 4, 32. Hut, hike. Molds can accept fluids. Oh, I already read that. Stop reading extra shit. And that. In there. There's my 25 long rods. More of these. Come on, bust through those copper quick. Holy crap, it looks like all my walls are done. I could have used that. Alright, so there's that. There's the 5 of those. And get these 5 in here. There is our large fermenter. Now we need to do a bit of hammer time. Dun, 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 dun. Hammer time. Can't touch this. How's it going, Dan? Give me that hammer back. Alright. 22. Now, if I counted correctly, math correctly, which we all know I probably didn't, should have enough done. Alright, so wrench and hammer. Always, you're not using that wrench. Oh, hammer's in my hand. Alright. What did I do wrong? Invar plate, invar plate, invar plate. Oh, these are triples, you moron. Oh, damn it. Now I got too many because I did doubles. I can't take doubles apart. I can just shred them or cook them. Yeah. Well, guess what? That means we're going to take these, throw them in the shredder. Oop. Go. Luckily, put those on there with another 25 ingots. 25. Hey Dan, how's it going? Happy New Year to you too. Alright, that on there. That. Alright, triple plates. Aha. Alright, there's 12 of them. These are doubles. Get another 25. The other half done, since for some reason I thought I only needed 25. Alright, 16, 4, 25. Well, 8 hours for you. Not 8 hours for me. It's 9 o'clock in the morning for me. Yes, Greg's in Germany. He's always ahead of time. Oh, wait a minute, you said 7 hours for you, so he's actually behind for you. Pull. I need some more Invar. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, there we go. Give me those, thank you. And we'll come down here and build this bad boy right over here. Put 3. There we go. Heat acceptors. Excuse me, you need to go away. Yeah, I'll take that back. And yes, I'll get proper fee for this thing. I'm not leaving tungstate ore under it. Just what I currently have on me. You dirty rotten so-and-so. Go. That goes there. And we have a fermenter. Alright, so all your regular fermenting recipes, water and flowers, biomass, any kind of food, pretty much. Make biomass, hay bales, all that good stuff. And yeah, I was just thinking, since you can put flowers in here, how much do you get from a flower? You get 0.405 if you use reed water. Because I am wondering if you use, can't you use like a dispenser to put out water? Because I almost bet you could use bumble hives to make flowers like these. Use a dispenser to pick the water up. You have to have a whole field of these things, though. Stop stinging me. Have things to pick them up, to hoppers that would pick them up. The only problem is you wouldn't be able to get the honeycombs out of here unless you had the advanced one, which apparently is a serious bitch to get to because you need advanced bumbleberry. You need which one is he having trouble getting? Sticky, clay, military. I think he's trying to get this one. He's been trying to get royal bees. Been breeding them like mad up there and has still not gotten that. You could also just have a skeleton spawner and spam bone meal. You could, but I can't. Because I have bear core in here. So there's no fucking bone meal bullshit allowed on this server. But yeah, see all the fucking honeycombs he's gotten? And he still can't get them to get up to Monarch. He's been testing, trying to figure out how to get them, and apparently doing a piss poor job of it. If I can get up here. Yeah, right over here. This is his bumble farm over here. He's been breeding his bees. He's got cultivated in that one. Got cultivated in that one. And those are still wilds. Nothing in that one. It died. Wild in that one. He's also got one in the nether, which apparently will catch my ass on fire if I go messing with it. He warned me it was dangerous. I haven't touched it yet. Let's go touch it. I want to poke it. Oh, and Greg, you apparently did a good job at making your bumbleberries, because he thought, ooh, he's got demonic. He thought he could use open computers to interact with that and pull the stuff out of it, and he can't. So you did a good job of coding it. Hey, Stephen. Now I know the one thing you can do if you want a lot of biomass is what NetMC does, which he makes a big old tower of cactus and puts cactus into his fermenter. It's completely passive. He's got a passive cactus tower that just feeds it in here. I told him he should use a, because with cactus you can actually get cactus water, and he never did it. He hasn't been back to the server to mess with it, but you can squeeze it. You get a 70% of cactus green and cactus water, and the cactus green can actually be put in the fermenter as well with the cactus water. I don't know what kind of percentages you would need for it, which one you'd end up with more of. But yeah, he's got a complete passive farm for making biomass out of cactuses. Yes, that is what the advanced bumbleberry is for, but he can't get the comb he needs to make the advanced bumbleberry, because you make it take a special comb, and he's been unable to get so you need a sticky clay soul royal or military amnesic, and he's been unable to get any of those, so he hasn't been able to test the automated one yet. And I'm guessing he may be going for this one, is why he's messing with the demonic, trying to get a satanic, but I'm not sure. All right, so other than turning that fermenter on, pretty much done for today. The heater. Put underneath there. I need to get water. I believe I got water right there. Go grab plastic pipes. Work. You need to just get out of my way. You. All right. Does it have a different place to fill it at? Let's go look. Fermenter. Large fermenter, main block, walls accept input. See? Sure they don't. That's oxygen. Well, no wonder that's not going in there. You dumb shit. You're connected to the wrong pipe. It'll accept it if I put it in the right frickin' pipe, it will. I need to really color pipes. Hey, look, it accepts water. All right. Side. And grab a whole bunch of apple stuffs. Too bad Theosis won't be back until after we kill the server off. He'd have all kinds of fun with this big bad boy. Alright, let's just grab that back. Grab a hopper and a barrel. There we go. Now we just need to run a wire over there. Up. Thank you. And let's also get... that's the wrong one. Need this one. Somebody's moving my shit on me. And we do not have... we might have enough. So this is HV to EV. Do not think that's going to be enough. Might have to move that. Yep, that's not going to be enough. But it wouldn't be a bear stream if I didn't do this at least once. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. A little winded, but I'm back. Fucking cold air takes it out of my asthma, something fierce. Let's see. Need some aluminum cables. I don't think that would work. One, I don't really have anybody to race with. Junior doesn't play Minecraft. At least not right now. And I can't get Shadow to get to HV and GT5 or finish processing in GT6. So the thought of him actually being able to get all the way to Fusion is probably slim to none. You want to race me? You don't know what you're asking for. You can join us on the new server when we start the first of the year. Well, when Greg is done, so sometime the first part of the year. I just thought about it. That's probably powering something. It is. Well, shit. I was thinking it might just be sitting there. Well, you know what? It'll still work for this. Can still run these cables. I can make it a little more purty later. Slap that bitch on there. And connect that up. And it's a running. Making biomass. It works. So there you go. That would be today's stuff tested. Well, tested for what I can do, which is basically that. All right. And Greg said he actually found a proper place for fusion recipes, and it actually has a helium to beryllium recipe, which is fucking awesome. Now, if that beryllium is useful for something, would be nice, because I do believe beryllium is completely useless in this version. Do I know how to... Let's see, molten beryllium we can feed into a matter fabricator. We cannot even turn it into ingot or anything. Well, I'm guessing we might be able to. That ain't going to tell me shit for doing that, other than the fact that it didn't have, well, it's liquid. So we should be able to turn it into an ingot, but I don't know of a use for this crap. So unless we have a way of getting like beryllium 7 out of it somehow, it's not really going to be useful. But at least we can turn it into something and hopefully make some power while we're doing it. But anyways, that is it for today. We're done with testing. Looks like Greg's going to have some more fusion recipes for us to look at next time. Hopefully next week. I think we're going to work on making a better reactor setup this week. I may hold off until we get the multi-block heat exchanger, just in case. I'll throw this on. But we actually got the very first depleted rods. Right there, 4 depleted uranium-238 fuel rods. Still got plenty in our thorium rods. So this is turned off for right now. And I was thinking that since I've got thorium all the way around the outside, that I want to test it with either taking these two out on each one of these and putting reflectors in to see if it gives me the same amount of power, because I'm thinking that the two in the back here are technically wasting neutrons. So the other idea, which I think will be better, is to put a reactor here, 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 and then out here, there, there, and there, with the reflector rods in it, which would reflect this one back on itself, this one, that one, you know, all the way around. I'm not positive. And I'm also thinking about bumping it up to use uranium-235 on this one instead of 238, because right now we're getting HV out of that bad boy. So I want to try it and see if we can get a little bit better. And I've got 300 235. We also got 104 cobalt 60 we can try in there. Not a whole lot of plutonium yet. But I did find out, because of that running out, that if you run a reactor just like I have it here, I'm guessing putting 4 thorium rods in the center would be better. But running just these 4 sitting like this with thorium in it gives MV power. I was actually getting MV out of this thing right here when those were depleted, and I was confused why. And that's when I figured out they were depleted. Oh, he's actually adding the recipes now for today's release. Awesome. All right, so there'll be some new recipes for the fusion reactor today that's not in this video. So make sure you check that. I will check on it when the release comes out. You can go to Greg's website to get the release when it pops, or you can grab the link from our Discord in mod releases. I will post it there as soon as I get the message that the release is out. I will update all the packs today, including the old GT6 light pack that I haven't been updating, since some people are still using it that I didn't realize. And anybody that's wanting to play with us on the GT5 and GT6 servers, make sure you get with me about any mod additions, subtractions from the Adventure and the GT5 mod pack, because we're going to be starting those up soon-ish. I'm figuring GT6 will probably start the end of January. We may even hold it off just a little bit longer, just to give us a little time on the GT5. Get a good start on there, since at least me and Crazy will be playing on both of them. And the GT5 will probably start somewhere the first week of January, first or second week of January. Still got to get the mod pack around. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Hit the buttons, do the things, and I will see you next time. Probably not later today, because my ass is going to go hibernate. Take it easy.